Hello, everyone. This is week 33 of Spotlight on Success 2025. And today we're bringing you resilient leadership in the age of disruption. Again, we're in week 33 of our journey together, and this week's focus may be the most defining leadership competency of our time. And yes, you guessed it, resiliency. Now, resiliency isn't just about grit or endurance. It's not about toughing it out until the storm passes. In today's world, where the storm is often the climate you're operating in continuously, you can't just wait it out. You build your business, your leadership, your street cred, and your culture by moving through it, adapting to it, and even growing in the midst and because of it. So today, we're going to explore how resilient leadership in the age of disruption can not only help you and your business survive, but actually thrive. So let's set the stage. The world right now is in a state of continuous shocks. Let's be completely honest. Disruption in our lives, in our businesses, across our world is not an occasional visitor anymore. It's the house we live in. In just this past couple of years, we've seen AI breakthroughs that are completely rewriting the rules of competition and regulation faster than governments across the world can actually keep up. Geopolitical instability has reshaped our supply chains and created extreme risk as well as opportunity overnight. Extreme climate events, floods, fires, storms are disrupting entire industries and communities. And cyber incidents have been taking down hospitals, airports, city governments, and geographic regions and/or utilities with one phishing click. And yes, the economic roller coaster that tests every leader's ability to manage all of these results in cost and growth opportunities simultaneously. So in this reality, fragility is the ultimate liability because it's the leaders and the businesses who build resiliency into their operating DNA that not only emerge stronger, but can harness the opportunity to thrive. So let's break down, what does resilient leadership actually mean? Well, it's a blend of clarity, adaptability, trust, and learning. First, we have to have clarity in chaos. When headlines scream and uncertainty is high, resilient leaders cut through the noise. They focus teams on the signal, not the static. Think about this. In the middle of a crisis, people aren't looking for more information. They're looking for the meaning, the wisdom, the action, and the path that we should take. Leaders who provide direction and context become the greatest stabilizers in times of extreme turbulence. The next is adaptability and execution. Plans are necessary, yes, but rigid plans collapse under stress. Resilient leaders know when to hold steady and when to pivot. They operate within a space called disciplined flexibility, ready to adjust tactics while staying anchored to their core purpose. They also have trust in teams. So when disruption and beep hits the fan, There is no time for bottlenecks at the top. Teams need permission, not only that, but expectation to take action. Resilient leaders invest in building trust and clarity of purpose so decisions can be made quickly, competently, and closer to the problem. Lastly, learning loops. Every disruption, abnormality, crisis is a classroom. Resilient leaders make feedback cycles short, honest, and actionable. Instead of the stick and punishing mistakes, they transform them into fuel for innovation. So here's a real world example. A mid-sized consulting firm in the DC area was hit hard during the post-pandemic downturn. Contracts dried up, cash flow tightened, and layoffs seemed inevitable. But instead of panicking, the CEO reframed the crisis into an opportunity. They formed resilience pods, small cross-functional teams with a clear mandate: identify new opportunities and redesign processes for maximum speed. These pods had authority to make decisions quickly, try bold moves, and report learnings weekly. Within months, one pod identified a rising demand for AI adoption in government workflows. Another streamlined proposal development with generative AI tools. Not only did the company stabilize revenue, but they actually grew into a completely new service line. Employees felt empowered instead of fearful, and clients saw them as adaptable partners. That's what resilience looks like. Disruption as a launch pad, not a sinkhole. So let's go through the framework for you. Again, clarity in chaos. Number one is you need the leadership in place who can steer the ship through the turbulence. Secondarily, anticipate disruption. You can build horizon scanning into your op tempo. We don't want you to just look at quarterly goals, but we want you to be asking continuously, what is on the edge of the horizon that could break in and disrupt us to the point where we need to pivot into a new launch pad. Next, strengthen your core systems. You need to make your business shock absorbent. That means diverse revenue streams, secure IT systems, and financial cushions. Efficiency is important, but redundancy is the ultimate for ongoing survival. Empower distributed decision-making. If every decision requires your CEO approval, you're already way too fragile. Train and trust your people to act within clear values and boundaries on the organization's behalf. Practice recovery drills. Just like cyber incident response or fire drills, simulate leadership transitions, supply chain disruptions, and even AI system failures. See how your team reacts and learn where your gaps are ahead of when you need to build or field your greatest resiliency strength. So the AI resilience angle, because it's 2025, we need to talk about this. Shadow AI, those unapproved tools employees adopt continuously, can ultimately create great vulnerabilities for your organizations. Biased algorithms can damage trust. And adversarial AI can actively attack your systems. Resilient leaders don't fear AI, but they prepare like heck in case something bad happens. They create governance frameworks, They train staff on responsible AI use, and they invest in explainability so decisions can be trusted. AI disruption is real, but so is AI as a resilience multiplier if you lead it well. So here's our challenge for this week. Identify one area of fragility in your business model or leadership approach. Maybe it's overdependence on a supplier, a client, or even a key employee. Design a mini resiliency plan for that fragility. What's your backup plan? What's your pivot point? Share it with your team and your accountability partners. And don't stop there. Test it. Run a drill, even if it feels uncomfortable, because preparation means success when the bleep hits the fan. Reflection prompts. Ask yourself and your team these questions. Where do you feel the business and the team or your infrastructure is most vulnerable right now? How can the team turn disruption into a competitive advantage? Who should model resilience within the organization? And what can you learn from those modeling it externally? And what lessons from past disruptions are we either failing to capture or failing to consider as we look forward? Resiliency isn't about bouncing back. It's about bouncing forward. As I like to say, resiliency isn't built in calm seas. It's forged in the storm. So this week, don't just weather the disruption, train your business to thrive in it. Until next time, I'm Dr. Rhonda Farrell, the CEO of Global Innovation Strategies and your success strategist. Keep shining, keep scaling, and keep showing up for your vision. Because in the age of disruption, resiliency is not optional. It's your ultimate competitive advantage.